How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about the Hoka Clifton 3. This shoe easily jumped to the top as being one of my favorite go-to trainers, with my main Hoka experiences being mainly with just the Hoka Tracer. I didn't quite get that Hoka maximalist feel, but the Hoka Clifton is arguably their flagship shoe, if not at least one of their most popular shoes, and I can see why. The upper on this shoe is definitely an improvement over the last couple of versions. I found it to be pretty durable and pretty comfortable, but nothing mind-blowing. It's a little more rounded, kind of natural foot shaped in the toe box, which is a nice change since the previous two models were a little narrow for most people. And while the upper does do a good job, it's a little stiff, it isn't super flexible, and not the most breathable either. The midsole is going to be what I'm going to be talking about the most this review, and there's a lot to talk about. The first thing you think of when you hear Hoka is cushion. This shoe definitely has a lot of it. This shoe delivers a nice marshmallow feel that lets you kind of sink into the shoe and is super plush and feels great, especially on concrete. This, plus the added rocker, rolls you onto your toes and makes for a great shoe for those days when you're tired and don't want to lift up your legs or do a lot of work. The shoe kind of does that for you. Despite having this thick midsole, it doesn't add a lot of weight. This is a relatively light shoe, especially compared to most daily trainers. I definitely love all the cushion in this shoe, but at times I can find it to be a bit mushy. It lacks some of that responsiveness I like, especially on more up-tempo runs. It's great for those slower recovery days, but for speed days, definitely not my first choice. So even though this midsole is oversized, it does break down and get compressed fairly easily. While you think you would get a ton of life out of these shoes, I found it to be a little disappointing, and the shoe just kind of felt flat after a while. For me, I found it to be around 300 miles when usually I like to get closer to 500 miles out of my shoes. Alright, now let's talk about the outsole, or what little outsole there is. So it does great on roads or some like hard-packed dirt trails, but like I said, there's not a lot going on the outsole, and that's to keep the shoe light and to not interrupt with that plush feeling. I'm concerned about the durability because while the rubber patches seem to be holding up fairly well, the exposed foam gets torn off pretty easily, especially where I land the most. It probably doesn't make a huge difference, but still, it's not something I like to see. The grip on the outsole isn't too great either. I tried testing it out on some loose gravel trails and it did not hold on whatsoever. If you're looking to do trails, definitely check out the Challenger ATR and keep this guy for the roads. If you want to experience that Hoka marshmallow feel, the Clifton is the poster child for that. It packs maximum cushion and a more comfortable upper in a super lightweight package. The shoe is great for recovery days and those long runs, and is also a great everyday trainer. I just received the Clifton 4s, so expect a comparison and full review of those coming soon. So subscribe to check those out, and as always, keep on running.